Hello, Bizarre Story dolls. If you're listening right now, you are tuned into the Bizarre AF, where we talk about the strange, the absurd, the unknown, and all things Bizarre AF. I am Alesha, your host for today's episode. So as always, we ask that you keep an open mind, keep a skeptical ear, but keep on listening to those facts as we take you on our newest journey. Barbie, the girl, the myth, the weird.
Hiya, Barbie.
Hiya, Ken. We could not resist that.
Could not resist.
No.
You are adorable, too.
Thank you. I think we're both really adorable. I was trying to channel today Teresa, which Teresa was like my go-to Barbie.
Yeah.
Because she had brown hair like me. So that's what I'm doing. And kind of like the totally hair Barbie.
Yeah.
That's where my makeup has come from. So if you're not, if you're only listening, it'll be worth it to actually
you gotta
see this.
Watch today. You gotta watch today.
We are all decked out. Kevin looks like Ken.
I'm a version. There's a lot of Kens too. Like there's the clean shaven Ken, and then there's the gay Ken.
We'll talk about it.
5 o'clock shadow Ken.
Yes.
That's what blonde hair, brown little 5 o'clock shadow with your little polo and sweater.
Always.
Tied sweater around the shoulders. Yeah.
Well, and typically we have our headphones on.
Right.
And I was talking to Ken before the podcast, and I said, gosh, I just don't think Barbie's going to fuck up her hair and have a headset on.
Right.
Like they may just like have as an accessory.
Like that.
Like, here's my accessory, my headset.
Right.
But it is very strange for me to be.
It's
like
weird.
That is like you're like DJ Ken. He has one up to his ear.
Yes.
We created a new Ken doll.
Yeah. Cute.
So, as you know, the Barbie movie is upon us, right? Are you going to go and watch it, Kevin?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think it's going to be spectacular.
Oh, it's going to be so good.
Yeah.
Like,
I cannot wait.
I cannot wait. I am going to get some friends together. We're going to all go to the same showing, all dress. Like, I'm probably going to wear this wig. Not too dissimilar to what I'm going to be dressed up
you
like.
look amazed. Like you are a legit Barb.
Thank you. It looks not nearly as dark as it is in normal light.
Right.
But yeah, I love it.
It's
so
cute.
I'm thinking, go there, do the whole thing, make an entire night of it with a bunch of friends.
Yes.
And
and then go out.
Go
Kens and
out.
Barbies going out.
Yes.
Oh my God, you guys have so many people looking at you. It'd be awesome.
Yeah, and like the most ridiculous fucking shoes, you know.
Yeah.
Gold, like, or whatever, studded, bright. Anyway, I am stoked.
Yeah, me too.
And I was absolutely a Barbie girl growing up. My favorite ones were like the mermaid Barbies. And I know we kind of talked about that before on a mermaid episode.
Yeah.
I would actually arrange them like perfectly on my shelf. You know, make sure all of them had their accessories, their hairbrushes, which, that would have been perfect if I had like a Barbie hairbrush bag.
Yeah.
Like, that would be so cute.
Yes.
Anyway.
You have to order that from Amazon before you go.
I need to stop spending money on Amazon, but whatever.
Yeah, right.
Next time, it's important. It's the Barbie movie. So I did not want them to get too messy. I was always careful. I had the Barbie high stepper horse, like the horse actually moved. Barbie, Jeep, Barbie camping set, you name it, I had it. Amazing. I loved it. Our girl Barbie actually comes from humble beginnings. Did you know that?
No, I don't know. I don't know where she came from. No, I don't know. This will be interesting to find out.
We are doing our podcast here in Denver, Colorado.
Yes.
The lady who created Barbie, they call her the co-founder, but she was the one who started everything. Ruth Handler is from Denver, Colorado. She was born in Denver.
Wow.
She went to East High, which is really fun. she was the president of Mattel and really helped create the Barbie we know and love today.
Oh, wait. So how did she become the president? Like, did she didn't found Mattel? Like, did they find, like, she create the doll and then became president? Or like,
she created, like, she was the co-founder of Mattel.
Wow.
Yeah, she was the co-founder. It was her and her husband. And ultimately, like, you know, her husband had like a hobby. He was a hobbyist, you know, building furniture, trying to make things. And they got into plastics like lucite, which was one of the first versions of plastic, and plexiglass. And they were making furniture out of it. So her and her husband were making this furniture. She looked or she saw her husband doing this. She's like, hey, this plastic stuff, this is new. There's some money to be made here.
Interesting.
She's really the businesswoman behind everything. So she said that he's really the brains behind the design, and she was the salesperson who created Mattel. So they created Mattel, and they actually combined her husband's first name and then their partner, Matt. So Elliot and then Matt Matson. And, you know, they had a dry spell with, you know, doing the furniture and stuff. And after World War II, they started to try something new. What happens when your business starts to dry up? Well, you're trying to do anything to try to grasp that business, you know, some kind of business. Find something to make some money. So she said, I think that, you know, plastic toy furniture is going to be, you know, what we should start doing. So they started doing that. They started gaining success. And
not doll furniture, but like kids toy furniture.
Yeah, because, you know, plastics were so new, they didn't have plastic furniture. Like things were made out of wood or made out of metal.
Yeah, right.
Like it was, if you think about seeing like old kids' toys, it's always like, you know, these pieces of metal.
Yes.
Like those metal, like
yes, like heavy duty shit, like not cheap.
Or you had dolls that were made out of, like you had paper dolls, or you had these like dolls that you would make, like porcelain dolls, stuff like that, or fabric dolls. But they're like, we need to move in a different direction. This, like, we're finding a lot of success with this children's market. How can we find more success? We can pivot now. Once again, Ruth is like the business lady. She's like, oh, we need to have more options. So there's a lot of lore surrounding the actual creation of the Barbie doll. One of the stories is that they're on a European trip, and Ruth sees a doll in Europe that looks like a woman that was actually created based off of a sex doll, like a sex doll. And she's like, like it's very different from the typical Barbie dolls that, you know, that we've seen, or typical dolls, not Barbie dolls.
Yeah.
That's how crazy it is. I am so like, I think of dolls and dolls and Barbies are synonymous for me.
Yeah.
That's insane. But they had just like these, you know, dolls that looked, you know, you have the fabric dolls, then you have this plastic doll that was modeled off of a sex doll, really, or like, and that was different. She's like, I've not seen anything. So it's
like anatomy, like butt, boobs.
It had butt, had boobs.
Yeah.
And you could get accessories and stuff. Do you remember paper dolls?
Yeah, sure.
So you had like these paper dolls.
And then you would just like change the outfit, you would just like fold the little tabs over it, and just like they were like flat. They were flat.
They were two-dimensional.
Yeah.
Paper. And so you could do like shoes, you could do dresses, pants, whatever. But yeah, they were only two-dimensional. You couldn't change them. But that was really kind of something that was fun for girls to be able to quickly change outfits.
Sure.
There was a hole in the market. She's seeing that there's like a hole in the market. So she also says, I want something more 3D, more what little girls want to be.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So once again, we're not entirely sure what created the real story of Barbie and Barbie's origins, but it's somewhere probably within the plastic doll and the paper doll idea. Whether it happened in Europe, who knows?
And so you said this is after World War II.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So I'm bad with geography and history. Is it 40, late 40s?
Timeline? Yeah. So Barbie, the OG Barbie, premiered at the American Toy Fair in New York City on March 9th, 1959.
So you think she was kind of getting ready for this in the early 50s? Like this was her, when she was finding the doll.
Yeah, so they were, building those toys, those plastic like furniture for kids, finding a lot of success. They go on a vacation or something happens, and they build up, have a prototype of Barbie in 1959, release it, and it goes wild. Girls go crazy. And Mattel sells over 350,000 dolls within the first year of business.
Gosh.
First year.
They're like, jackpot.
Mm-hmm. And you know what else helped? Ruth is this amazing businesswoman. She says, okay, where can we need to start advertising to kids. How? What are kids watching in the 50s?
Right.
There's a lot of things. Mickey Mouse
Howdy
Club.
Doody.
Mickey Mouse Club. But Howdy Doody is a good idea. Howdy Doody, I feel
probably
like
more boys, maybe.
More boys, but also I feel like they had their own items that you could buy. Yeah, brand already. Of course, Mickey Mouse had Mickey Mouse stuff, but like she's like, let me use the Mickey Mouse Club to advertise. So Barbie was actually the first item that was successfully advertised to children, and it was through the Mickey Mouse Club.
Wow.
So you have Barbie and Mickey not in bed together, but in the same house.
Right.
They're sharing dinner. Right. So this, they're seeing success. Well, Barbie needs to have friends. Right?
Right.
So who do you think comes first?
So I'm trying to decide. Do I think it's another Barbie or a Ken? I think it's Ken.
It is Ken.
Okay.
Ken needs a boyfriend. Yeah. And they actually name him after the handlers.
Barbie needs a boyfriend.
But, yeah. Excuse me. What did I say?
Ken needs a boyfriend.
Well, Ken does too. But not at that point. People were not cool with that. They're fucking squares. Now you're like, yes, of course.
Right, because they're like, okay, we're gonna create this Barbie. Now girls can give them cool clothes, accessories. There's this like miniature play versions of real people. So of course the natural progression would be she needs a boyfriend. Yes.
And we have our kid, Ken, and we're just going to name him after it. So,
their son was named Ken.
They named Ken after their son.
Wait, sorry, let me go back. How did they get the name Barbie? Do you know?
Well, Barbie has a whole backstory, which we will.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think they? Okay. We'll talk about. We'll get to that. Okay. Yeah.
So, wait a second. Oh my God, I'm so stupid. Barbara was Ruth's daughter. Barbie.
Barbara was Ruth's daughter. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to ask if they had another kid. So they have a girl and a boy.
And
Barbara.
Why not?
And Ken.
But also, boyfriend, girlfriend. Whatever.
Right.
I mean, of course you name it after your kids.
No one knew it was kids.
No, that's true. Yeah. So, there have been tons of characters that have come into Barbie's world, right? Like, we have Ken, we have Skipper, we have other characters. Well, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about.
It's a whole world.
It's an entire world. We're going to walk into Barbie's world. She has a full name too.
Oh.
And a full backstory.
Did not know
so
this.
Her full name is Barbara Millicent Roberts.
Millicent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I would say she was born March 9th, 1959, but that's not the case. Right?
Oh, right.
But I'm sure Barbie's birthday is that date. But so she, Barbie had her first friend in 1963. That was Midge. So Midge had red hair.
Okay.
1964 is when Skipper came around.
Okay.
And then
was that like Ken's friend or was that like Barbie's friend?
Barbie's friends,
Okay,
really.
these are Barbie's friends, yeah.
I guess it would be Ken's friends too.
Because they're boyfriend girlfriend.
Yeah, boyfriend girlfriend. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for the movie. Can I just say this?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say.
Yeah.
So there's a scene with.
Wait, you've seen previews? Is
Fuck
this previews?
yeah! Of course I have.
So they have. Oh, really?
Yes.
I think I've seen like one.
Yeah. So the preview, it was Ryan Gosling is Ken.
Yeah.
So he's like, he said, "So, Barbie, I thought I should stay over tonight," and she's like, "Oh yeah, of course. You know, what are we gonna do?" And she's like, "Why?" He said, "Well, because we're boyfriend girlfriend," and she's like, "Yeah, okay." And she's like, "What are we gonna do?" And he's like, "I don't know." which would make sense.
There's nothing they can do because they have nothing.
They have nothing. But then also it's like as a kid, you didn't really.
Was nothing. That was
it was
like
just
not
like you
even,
held hands.
No, yeah.
Although I did some fucked up things. With
I'm
Barbie.
sure.
Like we would they'd get kidnapped because we watched. This is gonna reveal a whole lot.
Do you have a little white van?
Oh my God, I totally forgot this until this moment.
Oh no.
So we would get toilet paper or like tissues and like put like masks over the men's faces. Or like it would be like other Barbie who was next door and she was like jealous of, like that's awful.
Like but a soap opera.
Because we watched soap operas when we were young. I used to watch Days of Our Lives. So what would I do? I would pull stories out of what I saw. Totally. So one of the storylines in the soap opera was Marlena. If you know, you know. Okay. Marlena in Days of Our Lives was possessed by a demon.
Oh my God.
What did I do?
Oh yeah.
My Barbie for sure was possessed by a demon, and she was tied up because she was hurting herself, like tied up to like the bed. Now that I know that, I'm like, that's crazy. It was never because she was tied up because there was any kind of like sexual thing. It was always
to keep her under control.
What does that say?
Because she was crazy, Barbie.
She was crazy, Barbie. That is insane. Another insane thing about Barbie. There were no real dolls of color until 1980.
Yeah.
So that was the first time that there was like a black Barbie doll. And ultimately, you know, there's a shitload of criticism about Barbie. You know, she is incredibly materialistic. So she has like all these cars and clothes and houses and, you know, accessories and, you know.
Yeah. Perfect body, perfect clothes, perfect face, perfect hair.
Yes. Yeah. And like there was actually some researchers in Finland in 1994 who were like, okay, let's break down Barbie if she existed as a real person. Okay. And they're like,
that's interesting.
If she was a real woman, she would not have enough body fat to even menstruate. And so Mattel heard this and they're like, oh, okay, maybe we shouldn't have had this Barbie that was like based off of a risque like sex doll or like risque doll that is what she was built off of.
They're thinking they shouldn't have?
Yeah, like maybe we should rethink this because these girls are seeing this doll and it's so off in human proportions.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So Mattel's like, okay, we're gonna change Barbie's body mold. So she was given smaller boobs, a wider waist, slimmer hips, and now they have multiple different types of Barbies. So they have like a petite, a tall, a curvy, and I guess like from that, you know, people have opinions. Do you have any opinions about the changing of the?
I do.
Ken, you're rolling your eyes a little bit.
I don't. Okay. For me, it's a damn doll.
Yeah.
It can be And it can be whatever because it's not real. It's like
That's true.
And so why does it have to be representative of every little possible thing? Like, okay, it's fine that you do that. I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But for them to go, oh, if Barbie were real, she couldn't menstruate. And they're like, shit, we got to fix that. What? It's a doll.
Yeah.
Like this, of course, it's unrealistic. It's a fantasy doll.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I get a little irritated with that kind of stuff. Like I said, I don't think it's any problem, but if you can make a doll that's representative of a person or something, if that's what they want, then great.
Sure.
More power to you.
Yeah, go for it.
Great. But I think it's silly that when you said the silly, when they're like, oh, if she was real, she couldn't menstruate. Well, of course not. It's a doll, and it's
not supposed
to be the perfect representation of a normal human being.
Hopefully we're teaching our children that, like,
that's the key. Like, your parents are like, yeah,
is Barbie a little vapid? Yeah, but what?
It's make believe. It's nothing to strive for. It is a fucking fake, odd shaped plastic doll.
Yeah, it's an odd shaped plastic doll. When I was playing Barbies and she was kidnapping people, did she have outfit changes? Yes, she did.
Costume change.
She couldn't wear the same outfit twice.
Right.
You know, like,
right.
Of course she had to.
In captivity, it gets, wrinkled quickly. You have
yes. Well, and she couldn't be recognized.
Right.
Dude.
Wow. Does it storylines?
Yeah. Does it? Is it surprising that now we're on the Bizarre AF?
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Once a fucking weirdo, always a weirdo.
Totally.
So, I was telling you a little bit more about like Barbie's like full backstory. Okay, so there were actually a series of novels that were published by Random House in the 1960s, and I told you her full name, Barbara Millicent Roberts. Her parents' names are George and Margaret Roberts, and they're from a fictional town in Wisconsin called Willows. So she's from Willows, Wisconsin.
Have we ever met George?
I don't think that we've ever seen Barbie's parents. I could be, please tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe we have ever met them.
All right.
Let's see here. She also.
I'm sorry, what did you say her mom's name was? It's George and.
It was Margaret. Yep.
George and Margaret, okay.
Yep. And so she, Ken also has a full name.
Oh, okay.
Well, actually two names because I guess that's all Ken needs.
Okay.
So it's Kenneth Carson.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So he had appeared in 1961, and in February of 2004, Barbie and Ken split up.
Dun, dun, dun. That's what I need my sound effect.
Here, wait, we have to redo it too.
Okay, hold on. Okay, I think, oh yeah, here we go.
Okay. So as of hold on. What did I say? Oh yeah. In February of 2004, Mattel announced that Barbie and Ken split up. But in February, officially. So they're just friends, playing the field.
Why did they do that? Just
probably,
to create a story and
probably, but also during this
people's
time,
consciousness.
Can you blame Barbie? She had another male Australian surfer came while her and Ken were broken up. What? So she played that field, experienced new things, did the things.
How interesting. She breaks up with Ken and then meets an Australian surfer?
I mean, if there is one thing that you would want to do, you'd want to meet an Australian surfer, right?
Yeah,
like,
right.
I can't blame Barbie at all. Girl, get your thing.
Yeah.
Get your bag. Anyway.
Was he hotter than Ken?
I think he was pretty hot.
Probably.
There have been so many iterations of Ken that, like, it depends on which one.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So in 2006.
Wait, was he hotter than me? That's what I meant. That's what I meant to say.
Was he hotter than me?
What's his name?
Oh gosh, I don't know what the Australian one was called. We'll call him Bobby.
What's an Australian name? Bobby? No, that was English. Never mind. Keep going.
English. Crikey. Steve Irwin. I don't know.
Steve.
So bad.
Yeah, there you go.
So in 2006, Mattel was hoping that Barbie and Ken would
Get back together.
rekindle a relationship, meet halfway.
Was she still dating Steve?
She was seeing Steve. Steve was there. You know, she was having a great time.
Okay.
Ken's like, what can I do to win Barbie over? And he's like, I have to have a makeover.
Oh.
Mattel gave him a makeover in 2006, hoping that this would be enough
To get
for the
Barbie
girl
back.
who has everything.
Right.
Didn't work. So in 2011,
Right.
Mattel launched a campaign for Ken to win Barbie's affections back, right?
Okay.
Barbie's living that single life. She does not need any man tethered to her.
Girl's got a house in Malibu.
Yes.
She's got cars.
She has a pool boy named Steve.
Yeah.
Who, you know,
Yep.
great. He knows how to time, you know, waves. I don't know where I'm going. I know where I'm going with it, but I'm going to stop short.
Okay.
So in February 14th, Valentine's Day, 2011, Ken and Barbie get back together. They rekindle their relationship, which is great.
And how is this announced? How does Mattel announce this reunion? Is it like a big marketing campaign?
It must be a marketing campaign that they just go through and they're like,
Right.
guess what? You want a new Barbie.
Right.
Barbie and Ken are back together.
The new Barbie, exactly.
the happy couple.
Happy couple Barbie. Yeah, right.
Okay, so we talked about, like, Barbie has a bigger family. She has 3 younger sisters, Skipper, Stacy, and Chelsea. Chelsea was actually named Kelly until 2011, but then she changed her name. She didn't really like, you know, Kelsey or Kelly. Who would?
Right.
Chelsea's is better. And then
Sorry, Kellys.
yeah, sorry about that. And then there are a couple of retired members of Barbie's family. She has Todd, which was Stacy's twin brother.
Stacy's twin brother, Todd.
Todd, yes.
Retired how?
He retired to
I see.
Mongolia
Right.
and is no longer.
So we don't even keep in touch with Todd anymore.
Todd just kind of thought, he's like, I need to go and find myself.
Yeah.
And finding myself does not have anything to do with my parents or Wisconsin.
So I'm going to Mongolia.
Yeah. I need to find myself, mom and dad.
Okay.
So then Chrissy was the baby sister. She had Francie, a cousin. And she has multiple friends. Hispanic Teresa, my girl. Midge. And African-American Christy doll. And then Steven is Christy's boyfriend. This was his name. His name was Blaine.
Who's
Blaine?
Blaine?
Is the Australian surfer.
Oh.
So Barbie and Blaine. I mean, I'm sorry, but what sounds better, Barbie and Blaine or Barbie and Ken?
Barbie and Ken?
Remains to be seen. Barbie, keep
Blaine.
your options.
Barbie and Blaine, baby.
Baby, keep your options open, girl. So she's also had over 40 pets. So cats, dogs, a horse like High Stepper,
Oh, yeah.
panda. She also had a lion cub, a zebra. She's owned all the vehicles.
Wait a minute.
What?
Just a minute.
Okay.
You're telling me that Barbie had exotic animals?
Can you say Tiger King crossover?
Right, exactly. And how did she get them? I want to know how she got exotic animals. Oh, of course, she can get anything she wants. She's Barbie.
She is Barbie.
Yeah.
But was it through ethical means?
This is a good question. We need answers.
I'm gonna have to call my girl Barbie up and see. Excuse me. Hello, Barbie.
Right, exactly. We need a plastic pink phone.
Barbie, hi.
Here we go. Barbie.
So So Barbie, she had a ton. She also had a bunch of cars, as we know,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So she had a pink bug, right? Corvettes, convertibles,
Yes.
trailers, Jeeps. Proud owner of the Jeep with the blue tires. She also is a pilot. She has her pilot's license, and she can operate commercial airliners as well as being a flight attendant. So could you imagine?
She's well-rounded.
She's incredibly well-rounded. She really ultimately, the reason that they started doing this was they wanted to show children that Barbie could
be
do
anything.
anything. She could be anything that she wanted to be. So
a tiger king,
a
or a
tiger
flight attendant.
king or queen or or a flight attendant or a teacher. She also was an astronaut and a doctor and even NASCAR Barbie, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
That
you know
was
the
really
first thing
bizarre.
I think of when you say NASCAR Barbie
What?
is RuPaul's Drag Race outfit.
Oh my gosh, yes, with
the red and the white stripe.
Yes. Oh my God. So, as far as Barbie goes, she's really done it all. I wanted to talk about some messed up Barbies. Oh no. In the history of Barbie.
Are they like legitimate Barbies?
Yes. They're actual Barbies.
Wow.
That were made.
Okay.
Do you recall any that are kind of strange?
No, I don't. I feel like I remember discussions or something happening about someone not complaining, but talking about a messed up Barbie, but I can't think of what they are.
Okay.
This
I'll
is gonna
start
be
with
fun.
one.
Yeah. This will be good.
Elvis and Priscilla Presley. They did an Elvis and Priscilla Presley Barbie for, let's see, I think it was like one of their wedding anniversaries. This was in 2008. And Graceland was like, yeah, we're down. That's great.
Okay.
Do you know why this was so controversial?
Does it have to do with their appearance?
No.
Oh.
So
Then
they
no.
looked great. Graceland said, yep, we're good. It was because, do you know how old, and this is a topic I want to talk about. But Elvis started dating Priscilla when she was like 14.
You're right.
Yeah. And when they first started dating was 14. I believe when they got married, she was not much older, like 16 or something. So, and he also, like during their marriage, he would give her like drugs all the time. It was like, but of course he was doing drugs. I'm not saying either one's right, but they had a fucked up marriage that only lasted 6 years. So Barbie, Mattel company, like doing this Barbie commemorating their marriage is really bizarre when you look at the structure of their relationship in general. Like he was incredibly controlling, was really into young girls. And yeah, it was just kind of crazy.
See, so that takes me back to what I was talking about before. Like I wouldn't have put that together in my mind. Like I would have been, oh, it's Elvis and Priscilla. We all know who Elvis and Priscilla is. They're a famous celebrity couple. He dressed in like some bedazzled shit. It's perfect doll outfits. Like that's where my mind goes. Priscilla was beautiful with her winged eyelined eyes and her big beehive hair. I mean, like this is all like,
yeah,
that's where my mind goes. But people really go into like the unmenstruatable Barbie. People go into, oh, well, she got married when she was 14, and they kind of get offended.
I mean, I understand. I love the fashion of Priscilla and Elvis, but at the same time, like I do understand the thought process of like he was potentially abusive, like drugging her when she was like 16 years old,
right.
Like while they were married.
Yeah.
He had a child bride. Like I do understand the claims.
Glamorizing people who really don't morally
who are just
not
super corrupt.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And saying like, oh, look at this great marriage. Like, cause it wasn't just like, Elvis and Priscilla. It was Elvis and Priscilla on their wedding. So it was really celebrating the marriage itself and that union. When in reality, those were pretty dark years for her.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So
I get it.
I get both.
Yeah.
I get both sides.
Yeah. Yeah.
I at the same time, they have other Barbies, which of course they would have a Barbie that would be like, tan Barbie, like super tan Barbie. They had one called Sun Gold Malibu Barbie.
Chip tan
lines. So she was like brown, and she had like gold outfit, and they had a Skipper Sun Gold Barbie. But they're like, okay, cool. She's super tan, melanoma. So they pulled the Barbie. They pulled the Barbie. It was they released it in 1983, and then they quickly took it off the market because people were weird about it. That one, I'm like, of course you'd have a tan Barbie. It's kind of silly, but it was very controversial in Barbie's time.
Okay,
I know.
I'm struggling.
It's a bit much. Another struggle bus is like wash and watch Barbie. So she had a dishwasher, and like it was like a kitchen with a dishwasher and a chair, and like she had like all of her little like a KitchenAid and stuff, so you could put all the utensils inside of the dishwasher and like have it wash the dishes. And people are like, shouldn't these girls like who are playing with Barbies, shouldn't they want to do a little bit more than just wash dishes? And I'm like, fuck that. We loved that as kids.
Okay,
like
now I'm getting irritated.
Yes. Okay, tell me.
Because like it's part of a world. Like maybe I would even want a bathroom and a shower.
Yeah.
Like maybe I would want, a kitchen with a dishwasher, or I don't freaking know. Like it's a world. Like it's, as a kid, like you're getting to be an adult and wash dishes in a dishwasher.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's interacting with the world around you and figuring.
Yeah. Gosh darn it. Okay.
So back in the day, one of the OG like accessory bits that you could get was this like sleepover like Barbie accessory pack, and it had like a robe and little like slippers and PJs and like a mirror. It also had a book that said how to lose weight, and it had a scale, and the scale was it was a pink, of course everything's pink.
Yeah.
And the scale was like permanently affixed to 110 pounds.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know that that's appropriate.
No.
For a child.
No, how to lose weight
what?
book. And then like it being 110 pounds.
Yeah, now I think we're getting into the not so cool zone. Like I get about trying to mimic life, but like you wouldn't have a murderer Barbie, or you wouldn't have a although you made
I did
kidnap Barbie.
I was a murderer Barbie. Oh, we killed people all the time.
Yeah, but I mean exactly. You wouldn't have anorexic Barbie or bulimic Barbie. Yeah, that would be that's terrible.
And that's basically
and that's
how
really
to lose
what
weight.
that was.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Mm-hmm.
That's not good.
Yeah, no. So
people uproared on that one.
Yeah, which I mean, I don't know at the time if they were super like upset about it, but then later they're
Over
like,
time,
oh, this is fucked.
Yeah, it's the culture.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Barbie also, I told you she had all these pets.
Yeah.
They had a dog that would poop, and Barbie could like pick up the poop
in a little poop bag.
There were like there's like a little the little thing that you pick up the poop with, like the little clip, and the dog, like you could push the tail and like poop would come out of it.
Oh my
which
God.
I think is hilarious.
It is hilarious.
Yeah, but people are like, this is a little weird. It's like, yeah, of course it's weird, but what, kids have animals,
sure,
and they're having to pick up poop.
Yeah, exactly.
So
be responsible for your pet dog's poop.
Yes, yeah. There was another one. Really great idea.
Okay.
It was called Share a Smile, Becky.
Share a Smile, Becky.
So this was Becky was one of Barbie's friends, a shortly lived friend, and you'll find out why.
Oh, no.
So the idea is like, she had a friendship necklace that, Becky could wear and you'd share it with Barbie. And she was in a wheelchair. So she didn't have, she wasn't able, she was like a, what is it? Paraplegic? Yeah, Barbie. And her wheelchair was, had a pink seat and like, purple metal on it. Super cute. But it didn't fit in any of the Barbie, like the dream houses. So
oh no.
So like she couldn't, like if you were playing with her in Barbie's house, like her wheelchair could not get through any of the doors. Which is hilarious.
Not accessible.
No, inaccessible. That people are like, oh, you mean inaccessible Barbie? Which is funny. Of course, they didn't think about that, right? Like they're not like, oh, this needs to fit in there. But that was pulled pretty quick.
I believe it. Yeah.
They also had like a Barbie that would like you could tattoo her. So, and she had like...
I think I remember it. And does it like, could you wash it off or disappear or something?
Yeah, it was like temporary tattoos. So you could tattoo on her. You could tattoo on yourself. But it was like, it was called Totally Stylin' Tattoos. And there was one tattoo that was like a tramp stamp, but it had like a heart. And it said Ken's name inside of the heart on the tramp stamp.
Oh my
It's
God.
hilarious. You'll see it in the show notes. But people are like, not that there's anything wrong with like tattoos, but like, that's a little fucking weird. That's a little bizarre. They had Kissing Barbie, which was a little weird. So you could like, put, I think it was like if she had like a cold like temperature change, she'd have lipstick or like you could take the lipstick off or whatever.
Okay.
It was called Totally Kissing Barbie, the doll who kisses. And
so were these dolls the same regular size? Because those lips are teeny, tiny.
they were, they're teeny tiny.
So these were all the same size Barbies, like the original. Weren't like bigger or anything, right?
Well, it was the same size Barbie.
Yeah. Okay.
She had a button on her back that if you pushed on her back, she would lurch forward like she was kissing. Like,
oh, gotcha.
but also it had lipstick with it, so you could put lipstick on her.
Okay.
And she would kiss.
Okay.
Yeah, Ken.
All right. Well, that's all
But
they did.
it was a little weird.
That's all they did.
They also had a fucking Oreo Barbie.
Oreo Barbie?
Why would this be offensive?
Well, it could be misconstrued, I think, as with skin tone.
Yes. It was a black Barbie. Oreo Barbie was a black Barbie.
Why was it called Oreo Barbie?
Because they like partnered with Oreo, like the company.
Oh,
Nabisco.
Who thought that through?
They clearly did not think it through at all. At all. They did not think it through. And so like...
See, I was thinking, when you said Oreo Barbie, I was thinking, oh, it was like a white person and a black person dating or something. You know, how they call, or like a threesome.
Right.
Right?
It can be derogative.
That's exactly
Yes.
right. And if somebody had pitched that to me, I would have instantly said, no. No.
We can do Teddy Graham Barbie, okay? Or like a circus animal cookie Barbie. Like let's not do Oreo Barbie, okay? And let's not make her black. Like this is weird. Super weird.
Tasteless.
We're just trying to be inclusive. No.
Do it right.
Do it right. Do better.
Yeah.
So it was like bad. And they had no idea. They were so like out of touch that Oreo is a derogative term.
Why were they so out of touch?
So nobody wanted an Oreo Barbie.
Of course not.
But I wonder how much they are on eBay now, because there probably weren't a ton that were actually sold, and they like had recalled a bunch of them. So if people actually have the Oreo Barbie, I'm sure she's worth a bunch.
Well, yeah, it'd be a rare thing.
Mm-hmm. Another Barbie that we had was, okay, let me see. I was trying to find this one. Okay. They had like romance novel. Like there was like a romance novel Barbie. It was like The Raider. So it was, the story was, let me see. Let me read to you.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So it was like one of those specialty Barbies, okay?
Okay.
I knew you'd understand. What the Raider and I have goes beyond mere passion. It's a meeting of the minds. Oh, Alex, I wish I could forget him. Would you kiss me again? Try to make me forget? So that's the excerpt of Jude Devereaux's super cheesy romance novel that came out in 1987 called The Raider. And that is on the box of this 2003 special collector's edition Barbie. And she has the Raider, and he has like this like dark black hair and like, of course, the open like white shirt.
Sure.
And like with the longer lapels and kind of puffy sleeves. And then she has the beautiful like dress with like puffy sleeves off the side. And
sure,
like, I mean, it's like so ridiculous.
Yeah.
And people are like, should we really be doing this? But honestly, I think it's hilarious and camp, and I'm all for it.
So they look like a cover of a
romance novel, a cheesy romance novel.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a pretty weird one, but I can only imagine being on the floor, like where they're trying to talk about, okay, what kind of new Barbie we're gonna come up with? What does every girl like go through? Like, what are some things that like girls want to see? Oh, a skipper that looks just like me, that grows up just like me. So on the packaging, it says, cute little girl. And then she can morph into tall, curvy teenager. So.
Wait a minute.
Guess.
Puberty? This is like they're talking about going through puberty?
Yes. Yeah. So they have Skipper. They wanted to do growing up Skipper. And in 1975, when she was first introduced in 1964, they wanted to make her look slightly different. She had, bangs, stuff like that, different from Barbie, right? Mm-hmm. But this one came out in 1965 or 1975. And what you could do is you would twist Skipper's arm and her torso would stretch and cause her stretch up an inch and cause her to be taller. And then her chest would fill out. So she'd gain boobs and then grow taller.
Oh my God.
And you could reverse it too. So you could be like, oh, today she's puberty.
Right.
Nope, tomorrow she's a kid again. So you could go back and forward in time.
That can't be a common
Barbie
item. Have you seen it before?
I haven't. I've heard of it, but
Okay.
I've never seen one. This was back in the 70s when it had come out. So I wonder if it's
Wow.
if it's really like around a lot. Like now,
Interesting.
I'm sure it's worth a lot.
Wow.
I remember this Barbie. They've done another Barbie like multiple times with being like them being pregnant. So like Barbie expecting.
Okay.
Like the first iteration, you'll see it in our show notes. It has like a baby upside down in Barbie's stomach. Like there's like a hole in Barbie's stomach.
Oh, so you can see the baby?
So you can see the baby and pull it out. And then there's another one that's Midge and Baby. So you have Barbie and then you have Midge and Baby, where Midge is like expecting and she has like a specific outfit that like looks like a muumuu or something like that on.
Okay.
But yeah, it was released in 2003 that they had pregnant versions of Midge and Barbie.
Okay.
So they had, hollow centers and they were stuffed with a magnetic belly. You could remove the belly, remove the actual belly. And then, oh yeah, of course, her belly's super flat when when she's done.
When she's not pregnant?
Yeah, exactly. So, those are a few. You had hinted at one Barbie, and it was actually Ken doll. There are a couple of weird Ken dolls. One of them being, there was a totally like shaving Ken. And I remember my friend had this one, and I thought this Ken was like the hottest.
Yeah.
And he had like fake hair, like actual like hair coming out.
Yeah.
And then he had a goatee, and you could shave his face with like using warm water or something. And
It would make it go away.
Yes.
But then it would come back, right?
Yes.
Yes.
You could do that. So that was
keep
one.
Shaving him. Yeah.
And then the other one was, like you said, gay Ken.
Yeah.
So in the 90s, they released another Ken doll. And they're like, how can we get, like, we need to sell more Ken dolls. How can we make Ken cool to have girls want to try to buy Ken dolls?
Yeah.
Because Barbies, we don't have a problem with.
Right.
Ken, we need
Girls
to try to
don't
work
really
on something.
necessarily want the Kens.
Yeah, you have one Ken or two Kens, and like, really, do you need any more?
Right.
I mean, Barbie says no. But so you would have they were trying to like talk about, okay, what can we do to make Ken more interesting? Let's give him highlights. Okay, so we have Ken with highlights. Okay, what else can we do that'll make him cute? Well, let's have him be like super fashionable. Okay, what's fashionable right now? Like a mesh shirt. Let's do like a mesh fluorescent shirt.
Yeah.
Put on a mesh fluorescent shirt. Let's give him an ear piercing. So they give him an ear piercing. Ken comes out and it doesn't do super well. But it does do super well among one group of people.
I wonder.
Which one would you think?
I'm going to have to guess it's probably the gay boys.
Yes. They're like, a gay Ken, we're done. So they were buying them. They're like, this is gay Ken. And like word got out. They're like, this is gay Ken. And so Mattel's like, oh my gosh, we didn't know. We didn't mean, these are the same creators of the Oreo Barbie.
Exactly. I was just going to say, these people are just absolutely clueless.
They're so clueless. They're so clueless.
The actual hell.
So did
they repackage it with like rainbows and stuff, or
no? They stopped with that version of Ken.
Oh, they did.
So because it was still like kind of during that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and like the AIDS epidemic was going on, so that was not something they wanted to associate their brands with.
Okay,
but you can still find that Ken, and that Ken fetches a pretty penny. Pretty penny. But he has like great highlighted hair. Like his fashion's on point.
The mesh shirt and the earring is
and the earring and the like and the all of them together.
Yeah.
It's just
it's
great.
On the nose.
So Barbie's had a pretty like long and illustrious life.
My God. You know what's brilliant about this whole thing, and like I said it earlier, is that sky is the limit, because it's a world. Mm-hmm. And they could, I don't know, pool shark Barbie. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be anything.
Darts Barbie, tennis Barbie. I'm sure they've already done that.
Yeah.
Peanut butter and jelly Barbie, but just don't make her brown and red or something, because that's like really weird.
Yeah.
Like you could really, the sky is the limit. You could do anything. They have computer programmer Barbie. Like that's a Barbie. As time's changing, Barbie's consistently changing.
Right.
So the sky really is the limit. And I like just researching Barbie in general, like I knew how prolific Barbie was, but I'm learning more and more how much everyone has had some kind of story with Barbie and has special moments with it. Like for instance, Dave, he used to cut his sister's Barbie hands off, like just because he was an asshole, right? I'm sure there are so many like men who tortured their sisters or siblings with their Barbies, tore the head off, and then like anytime you try putting the head back on, it's like her head was like this, and you're like, this is like not a good Barbie to play with. That sucks. I remember crying because of that. But like we all have these like very personal stories with Barbie, and you can say what you want to say about like the dimensions of her body and like how this is an issue and problematic. Barbie has shown girls that they can be and do anything. And I think that that's great. I think that we should focus on that rather than focusing on what Barbie's outward appearance is. Let some things just be for vanity's sake. I used to love just changing my Barbie doll and like having her go to, a restaurant in a different outfit and like seeing how to match things. Like it can just be that and like dress up and fun. It doesn't need to be like this ultimate, experience where everything's morally like perfect.
Exactly.
You can just be vapid and shallow and fun.
Right.
And that's what Barbie's for.
Pretend and make believe and just, the fantasy of it.
Playing out,
match reality.
Yeah, it does not have to match reality. You can play out an exorcism with your Barbies. You can kidnap them.
They can be kidnapped and tied up so they don't hurt themselves.
You can steal things from your Barbie friends.
Exactly.
Steal their man. Like in, oh my God.
Yeah, like a soap opera.
Please tell me what that says about me.
Wow. That you're creative.
Thank you. I thought it said that there was something really, really wrong with me. If you guys have had that experience or done some messed up things with Barbie, let us know. Go on to thebazaaraf.com.
I would be fun to hear Barbie stories.
Leave a message and tell us.
On the air.
I want to hear. I would love to just like listen, like have another Barbie like sneak and listen to what people used to do with their Barbies. Yeah.
Yes.
Please tell me I'm not alone.
There is no way, girl. Okay, I promise you, there is no way.
Good. But thank you for today's episode.
Yeah, it was a super fun episode.
Yeah.
So you guys don't forget to visit us at our website, thebazaaraf.com, and you can watch us on Spotify, watch us on YouTube, and listen to us on all the platforms.
Yeah, rate wherever you're listening.
Yeah.
Thumbs up and as many stars as you want to. Also, we're on all social media. Mm-hmm. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, you name it. It's the Bazaar AF.
That's right.
So,
we do some fun little things on TikTok every once in a while. So, check us out and rate us.
Alrighty, Ken.
Great. Thanks, Barbie.
Thanks, Ken.
See ya.
See ya. Bye.